I am Noriko Bolford, and this is Uncut News. Before we begin, do you have something you want to leak without revealing your identity? Send us a tip on WhatsApp on telephone number 659-6151. Now for tonight's news. Someone at the office of the president must have been watching last night's episode because the president has just announced that he has directed the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Human Services, as well as the Auditor General, to examine the concerns raised with regards to persons not receiving the $25,000 cash grants. He explained to the media that a number will also be published for households who were missed in the distribution process. So, don't fret kiddies, it's on its way. The Ethnic Waste Commission has shown us once again how much of a useless organization it is that is as helpful as a pair of zinc trousers. This week alone, the ERC wasted taxpayers' dollars by hosting a panel on race relations featuring a set of old racists. And now they are investigating Kathy Hughes for an obviously fake Facebook post. The post in question says that she is calling for a civil war, which would be scary and warrant investigation if it was an actual threat made by her. But I mean, seriously, this is an awful Photoshop job. It's absolutely pathetic. Whoever did this should be banned from using Photoshop. In fact, to quote Trump, they should be taken outside and shot down like a dog in the middle of the street. And if it fooled you for more than 3 seconds, then you seriously need to have your Facebook privileges revoked. It's clearly written in a different font. There's inconsistent spacing, and of course, the big one is the fact that it's a one-line answer. I mean, people, this is Kathy. I just like to talk like Luncheon Hughes. She can't give a one-word answer to save her life. I once asked her for the time, and she told me how to build a Rolex. While I wasted about an hour, at least I learned a new useful life skill. The DPP has granted custody of 6-year-old Janita Shania Ramsaran to her father, Steve Ramsaran. Little Janita was the girl who was beaten and left for dead by her mother. In the meantime, the DPP is awaiting a psychiatric report on the girl's 25-year-old mother, who has since confessed to beating the child with a piece of wood and leaving her for dead in a swamp near their home in East Kanji. Ramsaran now has custody of the couple's 2 children, while the mother will likely be charged with attempted murder. Now it's time to tell you about Best Buy's car of the day. Currently on sale is this 2015 Suzuki SX4 S-Cross. It comes with all-grip 4-wheel drive, steering controls, TV, navigation stereo, crystal lights, mag rims, fog lamps, and much more. Pay cash for $5.1 million, or pay down as low as $1,020,000 with around $98,000 monthly, and it's yours. Call or WhatsApp 662-0844 for more info, or visit their showrooms at Lot 171 Peter Rose Street, Queenstown, or Lot 2 Lamar Street, and tell them Noriko sent you for this sweet deal. This morning, the ICJ ruled that it has jurisdiction to entertain Guyana's case against Venezuela on the border dispute. By a majority of 12-4, the court established its jurisdiction in the matter. However, the court noted that its jurisdiction is limited to the claims of either party that existed on the date that the Geneva Agreement was signed, which was in 1966. While Venezuela has not sent a delegation to the court, it will remain open for them to plead their case. Questions arise on whether scamming Yuri Dominguez is buying time with continued promises to return people's monies, and yet nothing comes through. The support once enjoyed by the accused Ponzi schemer is now completely lost, as his thousands of fans have now turned against him, and they are demanding their money. His latest promise to pay 3,000 investors some $100 million was made a few weeks ago, and he actually requested 5 to 6 weeks to recover almost $17 million in losses. That's 17 million US, by the way. The company shows its trading account currently is in deficit, and its investors stand to lose 68.5% of their money. This means only a few can get paid, and not even the total invested, because this is 68.5% of the invested money, not even the returns he promised. Unfortunately, most people who have been waiting almost a year now are not convinced, and they are now accusing the company of not coming clean on the matter. So good luck to Yuri. Hopefully the people don't get too ticked off and attack him. Yesterday, 21-year-old police constable Simeon Alder was placed on $300,000 bail after being arraigned on 3 counts of causing death by dangerous driving. According to the court, Constable Alder was pissed drunk when he turned his car into a mobile, multi-man murdering machine back in August. At the time, he reportedly crashed his car into a truck at the side of the Wim Public Road in Quarantine Beach. The impact killed his passengers, GDF Rank Quasi Lewis, 25-year-old Rayon Mariah, and 20-year-old Jessica Galloway. Clearly, Alder doesn't watch Uncut News, because you already know how I feel about drunk driving. Check out Cellular Plus and get 50% off this TL3 Pro with a 5.5-inch screen, 32GB storage, and a 5-megapixel camera. Take advantage of this special Christmas offer and get 30-day Prime Bundle plan with your purchase. Get it now at Cellular Plus for just $12,000. In a bizarre twist of fate, 19-year-old logger David Sylvester Moses of Ituni, Bucklands, Region 10 was found dead on Monday night shortly after an argument with his 33-year-old girlfriend. The argument had led to a physical fight, one that was so loud that his mother woke up and quickly came and broke it up between the two. Moses then left and went into his bedroom, but about 10 minutes later, they heard a loud noise, and upon checking, they found him on the ground, dead as a doorknob. An investigation is ongoing. But you know what? I bet his girlfriend did it, and she's from Guyana. They just do something to trap those young boys. Happened to a cousin of mine. I don't know what they do, but I'm pretty sure it's something sexual. It's now time for today's Runner Report. Today, the nation recorded 34 new cases. The total number of deaths now stands at 159. There are now 6 persons in the ICU and 588 persons in home isolation. The total number of known cases in the country is now 6,076. So, please, people, wash your hands frequently. Avoid touching your nose and mouth, and mask up before you leave the house. When you do leave home, try to avoid enclosed spaces and large crowds, and remember to give 6 feet of space between you and others. Now, let's take a look at news in the region. Brazil's Supreme Court has granted permission for governments at federal, state, and municipal levels to impose legal measures for making vaccination mandatory, even though they cannot force citizens to take the Rona vaccine. After the decision, no law may order citizens to receive the vaccine by force, but it may stipulate a restriction of rights if citizens fail to demonstrate that they have been vaccinated, like not being allowed to file for a benefit, or being banned from entering a place or enrolling at a public school. In the same ruling, the court decided that parents or guardians of children and adolescents must also vaccinate their children. We are now at the height of robbery season. If I were you, I would consider getting security for the home or business. I personally recommend Sheriff Security Service. I find that they are the most professional, with well-trained armed or unarmed guards. Get some security this Christmas, people. And in Trinidad, a 39-year-old man is currently hospitalized in a serious condition following a chopping in Cockeright. Police were told that the 39-year-old was arguing with a 46-year-old woman at her house when he allegedly kicked her. The woman's 26-year-old son intervened and asked the man to leave. However, the man allegedly hit the son to the face and said he was going to find a cutlass inside of the house. However, the son found it first, and the man armed himself with a knife. The woman tried to defuse the situation, but the big stupid man allegedly kicked she down, prompting the son to start firing chops like a madman, cutting the man on his arms and hands and shoulders. The injured man was hospitalized while the son is currently in police custody. But if you ask me, the only mistake the son made was that he stopped chopping. And now for our weird news story of the day. Do you hate Donald Trump? I mean really hate Trump. Like blow up one of his hotels and laugh about it, hate him? Well, that's a bit disturbing and oddly specific, but nevertheless, I've got a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for you to do just that. The mayor of Atlantic City in New Jersey announced the city is auctioning off the opportunity to virtually push the button that will cause the demolition of the now shuttered former Trump Plaza Hotel and Casino, which closed permanently in 2014. The building's demolition originally was scheduled for January 29th, but the implosion is being pushed back to February for weather and safety reasons. But the auction will take place on January 19th, so that means you still got time to enter if you really want to blow up the old hotel like that. Moving on to our Uncut News viewers poll question of the day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Guyana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it relates to us. So, you give your responses in the comments, and we just might read the best ones in the following episode. Yesterday's question was, did you get your Rona check yet? Carl Somwa from Podroin says, I signed the damn pink slip. Said they'll return in 2 weeks. Still waiting. Only my mother-in-law got hers, despite there are 3 meters and 3 different homes. Just it's in 1 yard/lot. But that's the system of Guyanese. Always unorganized, inconsiderate, and downright just don't care. I wish I could say you're incorrect, Carl, but you're not. Angeli Passard said, Lagrange. Yes. And Zidane Wolford said, no, me ain't getting nothing, and I'm in land of Canaan. Well, it looks like a lot of us haven't gotten our checks, but hopefully it comes soon, because I've already got plans for mine. Ha ha! Alright, so before we get to tonight's question, brighten up the holiday season and decorate your homes with new stock of Vinylay, carpet, rubber towel, leather, glassware, doilies, table plastic, rugs, and Roll Runner easy-to-clean carpet. Available in many colors, patterns, and designs to choose from. Beat the rush and enjoy the glorious days of shopping at Ravina's and Anand's. Ravina's and Anand's have unbeatable prices. For fast and comfortable shopping, visit them at Ravina's on 17A Water Street or Anand's on 108 Regent Street, or you can call them on telephone number 225-6595. Now for tonight's question. In Brazil, they're making the Rona vaccine mandatory. Do you think our government should consider the same legislation? Why or why not? Think about that question and tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in Monday's episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight. Until next time, I'm Noriko Bulford saying, have a great weekend. And as always, don't drink and drive, or you'll end up on Monday's episode the hard way. Ha ha! Good night, folks. Hey Uncut News viewers, thanks for watching. You can subscribe by clicking on this button over here, or click over there for more news. You can also drop a comment to let me know if you've made it to the end of the video. Goodbye for now.